to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Hello, I am Owen Thorne, and I'd like to welcome you to a special kind of journey. For the next little while, you're invited to drift into a world where gentle lights glow in the quiet of night, and lanterns guide your mind toward calmness. We'll explore a cozy lantern festival in Kyoto, Japan, a place where golden lights dance on serene water and time slows for soft reflection. Before we begin, settle yourself as comfortably as you can. Let your body ease into the cushions or bedding beneath you. Draw in a deep breath, then slowly exhale, letting the day's worries slip away. Feel your eyelids grow heavier with each breath. Inhale again, breathing in warmth and security. Exhale, releasing tension from your shoulders, your back, and your thoughts. Let the stillness around you be a gentle invitation to rest. It's time to pause, to allow yourself the simple act of listening. You've come here for respite, and the Lantern Festival beckons like a lighthouse on a calm shore. Soon, we'll step onto softly lit streets, where paper lanterns shimmer in a gentle breeze. Allow your breath to steady as the quiet hush of the evening enfolds you. Let your mind settle, heart rate slowing, thoughts drifting with ease. When you're ready, let the glow of lanterns guide you into the story. Twilight descended over Kyoto with a graceful hush, painting the rooftops in gentle shades of lavender and dusk. Small lanterns began to flicker along stone pathways, illuminating a festive atmosphere that hinted at something both comforting and timeless. Into this tranquil scene stepped a solitary traveller, drawn by word of the Lantern Festival, a yearly gathering where warm light and soft laughter lit the evening hours. From the first step onto those ancient streets, the traveller noticed how the entire city seemed to exhale, easing itself into nightfall. The last traces of sunlight lingered on the horizon in a faint gold band, but overhead the sky was a deepening blue, dotted with the earliest stars. In this subtle glow, the lanterns took on a magical quality, as though each one was a miniature moon, inviting onlookers to slow down and admire the quiet beauty that was unfolding. Delicate paper lanterns hung from wooden posts and slender tree branches, each gently swaying in the mild night air. Their soft glow created a mosaic across the cobblestone roads, lighting the way for families, friends, and individuals who had gathered from near and far. The scene was serene rather than bustling. You could hear the faint hush of the crowd, interrupted only by the occasional bright laugh of a child, or the subdued clink of ceramic teacups. Every once in a while, a soft note of flute music would waft by, carried on the breeze as an invitation to linger. Vendors lined the pathway, each stall illuminated by lanterns of its own design. Some offered skewers of roasted vegetables and sweet soy sauce, while others prepared delicate bowls of udon. Steam rose in gentle curls, carrying savoury scents into the night. A few stalls focused on traditional sweets, mochi dusted with kinako powder, or small, warm pastries stuffed with sweet bean paste. Everywhere the traveller looked, there was a sense of thoughtful craftsmanship, a commitment to preserving rituals and traditions through food, art, and design. Painted lanterns captured the traveller's attention next. Many were adorned with pastel florals, like chrysanthemums and peonies rendered in soft brushstrokes. Others told stories through symbolic images: cranes for longevity, koi fish to represent perseverance, or stylized waves to echo the flow of the city's waterways. A closer look revealed delicate calligraphy brushed along the paper panels, often referencing poetry or blessings. Even the simplest lantern, made of plain washi paper, seemed to glow with a mysterious warmth, as if each gentle flame held a memory of Kyoto's centuries-old heritage. The traveller wandered from stall to stall, pausing to admire these lanterns up close. An older artisan, hands creased from years of careful work, smiled at passers-by. He dipped a brush into dark ink and painted a swift, elegant stroke across the paper. Within seconds, a graceful arc appeared, perhaps the outline of a bird or the curve of a mountain peak. Others at his stall watched with quiet amazement, entranced by the simplicity of that single brushstroke. When he finished, the artisan bowed slightly, offering the lantern to a visitor who accepted it with reverence. Farther along, a winding path led to a gently arching bridge over a narrow stream. Lanterns lined the railing, their reflections shimmering on the water's surface like a constellation mirrored on earth. As the traveller crossed, the soft murmur of flowing water blended with the festival's quieter sounds. Somewhere, an unseen musician plucked the strings of a shamisen, each note echoing softly off wooden eaves and stone walls. The interplay of gentle music, flickering lanterns, and the subtle perfume of night-blooming flowers gave the moment a sense of timelessness. Beyond the bridge, rows of cherry trees stood with branches arcing overhead. Though their blossoms had passed, the lanterns suspended among them cast a graceful glow on the dark bark and delicate leaves. In that light, the trunk and boughs seemed alive with subtle textures and soft shadows. Families guided children with tiny lanterns through this grove, the children's eyes sparkling in the warm light. Occasionally, a child would pause to stare at a lantern, transfixed by the gentle flame dancing within. The traveller followed the lantern-lit route to a small Shinto shrine nestled against the base of a low hill. In front of the shrine, a stone basin trickled clear water. One by one, visitors used wooden ladles to rinse their hands and mouths, cleansing rituals that served as a quiet gesture of respect. The shrine's gate stood nearby, lit by a pair of lanterns that framed the entrance with a welcoming glow. Incense wafted from within, mixing with the cool night air. Soft prayers rose into the silence, offered to ancestral spirits and deities believed to watch over travelers and families alike. Standing at the edge of the shrine's courtyard, the traveller observed an elderly couple who had come to light a small candle. The husband held a protective hand around the flame as his wife placed it in front of the shrine. Their expressions were peaceful, touched by the hush of the moment. In the presence of such gentle devotion, it was easy to sense the tapestry of past and present weaving through Kyoto's culture. Each lantern was more than a decoration. It was a point of connection, a luminous bridge between individuals and the collective memory of countless festivals long gone. Continuing along the pathways, the traveller passed a group of musicians performing a traditional ensemble piece. The shamisen quick notes met the gentle resonance of a koto, while the beat of a small drum guided the tempo. Nearby spectators paused to listen, swaying ever so slightly with the music's flow. Lanterns hung overhead, bathing the scene in a soft gold that seemed to slow time itself. Even the shadows moved languidly, as though refusing to hurry. A short distance away, a modest stage had been set. Soft cushions were placed on the ground for onlookers, and a few paper lanterns hung at the stage's corners. There, a dancer in a flowing kimono performed a classic piece of Japanese dance theatre, each movement deliberate and refined. Her sleeves fluttered like the wings of a gentle bird, and the silk shimmered under the lantern light. From a respectful distance, the traveller joined the small audience, captivated by the interplay of grace and stillness. In each measured step, the dancer seemed to conjure an intimate poem, told through gesture and form. As the traveller ventured deeper into the festival's heart, a quieter section of winding alleyways appeared, flanked by traditional wooden buildings. Lanterns hung from overhead eaves, casting a glow that revealed the architectural details: sliding shoji doors, intricate latticework, and sloped rooftops that captured the moonlight. In some corners, wooden benches offered a place to sit and reflect. People paused, cups of tea cradled in their hands, exchanging hushed words, or simply gazing at the lanterns as though mesmerized by an unspoken lullaby. A sign written in calligraphy pointed to a small tea house nearby. Drawn by the promise of warmth, the traveller stepped inside. Cushions were arranged around low tables set with teapots and cups. Gentle conversation thrummed, subdued but comforting, like distant waves lapping on a shore. Attendants dressed in simple kimonos moved gracefully between guests, offering bowls of matcha with wooden ladles. The walls were decorated with subtle scrolls depicting mountains and rivers, landscapes that reflected the calm spirit of the city beyond. Taking a seat, the traveller let the tension slip from their shoulders, drawn into the tranquil rhythm of the tea house. A delicate floral scent drifted from a vase of fresh greenery. The matcha arrived in a simple ceramic bowl. Sipping slowly, the traveller appreciated the smooth, slightly bitter taste and the frothy texture. It was a flavour that beckoned attention to the present moment, an earthy reminder to breathe and be still. Outside, lanterns glowed through a sliding paper window. their flames dancing in a gentle breeze. After some time, the traveller emerged once more, feeling refreshed. The Lantern Festival continued to unveil its treasures. A short walk led to a courtyard filled with bamboo poles, each one draped with colourful strips of paper that fluttered in the night air. On these slips were written wishes and prayers, hopes for health, harmony, and dreams yet to unfold. The traveller noticed a young woman tying her paper slip onto one of the poles. She closed her eyes as if sending her wish into the quiet, starlit sky. The hush that followed felt sacred, as though the festival itself recognized the importance of each whispered longing. A nearby calligrapher offered to inscribe special words on fresh strips of washi paper. Visitors approached with small donations, quietly requesting characters for peace, joy, or good fortune. The calligrapher's brush moved in fluid strokes, capturing the essence of each hope. When he finished, he bowed and handed the slip to the patron, who would then tie it onto the bamboo, adding one more bright ribbon to the forest of wishes. The traveller stood observing, heart warmed by the sight of so many gentle aspirations collected in one place. In another pocket of the festival, small groups gathered around a cluster of food stalls. Here, the aroma of grilled fish, sweet miso, and simmering broths mingled in the air. Lanterns illuminated simple wooden tables where people sat shoulder to shoulder, sharing meals and stories. Occasionally, a vendor would ring a tiny bell, calling attention to a fresh batch of steamed buns. The low hum of contented voices wove seamlessly into the festival's melodic undertones. Continuing along a quieter path, the traveller discovered a narrow stream flowing beside an old stone wall. Floating lanterns had been released onto the water, each carrying a soft flame protected by paper sides. They drifted lazily downstream, reflecting tiny constellations back into the night. Some watchers stood at the bank, gazing at the lanterns with wistful expressions. Others knelt and set their own lanterns afloat, murmuring a silent wish or farewell as the light bobbed away. Drifting forward, the traveller came upon a small circle of stools arranged near a low fire pit. A dozen or so lanterns formed a wide ring around this clearing, casting a mellow glow on the stones underfoot. People rested there, letting the hush wrap around them. Some leaned back, eyes closed, listening to the crackle of the fire and the soft conversations drifting from nearby lanes. This peaceful nook felt like a pause button placed gently in the midst of the festival, inviting visitors to reflect or merely breathe. Eventually, the traveller sensed the festival winding toward its later hours. A distant temple bell chimed once, then again, a gentle reminder that time flows even in moments of serene stillness. In a broad clearing, tall lantern stands displayed the festival's grandest designs, large ornate creations adorned with mythic creatures and swirling clouds. The traveller paused to admire them, noticing children giggling around the base, chasing each other in circles. Their parents watched fondly, sharing soft smiles under the lantern's glow. As the night deepened, some vendors began to close their stalls. Paper lanterns were carefully taken down or slowly extinguished, leaving pockets of darkness that only emphasized the glow remaining in other areas. The music became subdued, a final drifting melody that echoed among the wooden rooftops. Even so, the festival's essence lingered, a gentle spirit of warmth and unity that did not fade easily. People departed in small groups, voices hushed but filled with gratitude. The traveller, too, felt a peaceful weariness settling in. Feet that had wandered the paths for hours now longed for rest. Yet the heart was buoyed by the memories of gentle lights, quiet laughter, and the unspoken kindness that seemed woven into every lantern's flicker. Stepping away from the main square, the traveller passed through a final stretch of lantern-lit alleyway. There, the warm glow fell across wooden doors and delicate signs written in calligraphy. A faint breeze stirred the paper curtains that marked shop entrances, carrying with it a lingering hint of incense. Now the hush of night extends its embrace, and the lantern's glow lingers only in memory. Imagine that glow resting softly in your mind, like a tender presence still guiding you toward peace. With each slow inhale, recall the warmth of the lantern light, the soft notes of distant music, and the subtle rustle of leaves overhead. Exhale, allowing any tension to flow away, replaced by the same calm that settled over Kyoto's streets when the lanterns began to fade. Let the traveller's steps become your own steps, carrying you to a place of deep rest. The memory of the festival is your companion now, a gentle beacon easing any restless thoughts. Envision a quiet inn tucked away in one of those narrow side streets, a snug futon awaiting you behind a paper door. Perhaps you can hear the faint gurgle of a stream, or catch the soft hush of wind through bamboo. The city sleeps, and you too can surrender to the lullaby of the night. Feel the comforting weight of your eyelids. Notice your breath, slow and steady, and allow yourself to sink into the restful space you've created. With each breath, your body grows heavier, your mind calmer, your spirit gently drifting. The story has guided you here, to a realm of tranquility, where you need do nothing but let go. Let the final images of soft lanterns guide you into a dreamlike state. Even as they fade from sight, their glow remains within, a warm echo you can summon whenever you need serenity. Release any lingering concerns like paper lanterns set afloat on a still current, drifting out of view. There is no rush, no demand, only this moment of surrender. Breathe in and welcome quiet peace. Breathe out and loosen any tightness in your muscles. In this hush, let your thoughts grow distant. You are safe, cared for, and free to rest now. The festival remains in your memory, a gentle offering of calm whenever you wish to return. Good night, dear traveller. Sleep well.